To start off, we need to set up our Quartus workspace. Navigate to the Network Drive folder and create a new file called Quartus Workspace. Whenever we want to use Quartus, we will need to copy this folder into the C/local folder. Remember to copy your work from here back into the original folder when you finish. As we want to create a new project, we want a new folder. You should do this every time you want to start a new project. For this project, I want to create a half adder, so I will call my folder half adder. Make sure you don't put any spaces in this name. Now we are going to open Quartus. Click on New Project Wizard. A window like this should appear. For the directory, click on the three dots and navigate to your project folder in the C/local files. Make sure you set the project name to be the same as the folder you created. When you've done that, click Finish. Next, we want to create a blank schematic. To do this, we will click on the blank page at the top of the screen. Then select Block Diagram/Schematic file and click OK. The three buttons on the toolbar we will be using are the Function button, the Pin button, and the Link button. To get started, we want to place our inputs onto the schematic. To do this, we will click the Pin button and place 2 pins here. You should always try and keep your inputs to the left of the screen and your outputs to the right. Click Escape to exit placement mode. To name these pins, we just double-click them and then we can edit their names. From these inputs, we want to draw 2 long lines down. We will use these lines to connect the rest of our circuit. This is called a bus layout, which aims to keep the workspace neat and easy to debug. Next, we want to add some logic gates to our schematic. To do this, we will click on the Function button, which brings up this window here. The logic gates we want are saved in the Primitives folder. Right now, we are looking for NOT gates. We can then select the gate we want and place them on the schematics. We can now repeat this process for the rest of the gates we need. Now we want to link all the components together. We can do this using the Link button. This button allows us to draw lines between components. You need to make sure you are accurate with your placement, as if you do not draw it correctly, you will end up with lines that seem to be connected but in fact aren't. When you go to save your work, make sure you're saving to the correct place. Some older versions of Quartus save to the last file that was saved to rather than the project folder. If in doubt, use Save As instead. To compile our work, we first need to assign the device we will be using the program on. We first need to go to the Assignment, then Device. A pop-up window should appear. In this window, we want to set the family to max 10. In Device, we want to select the board we will be using. To find this, we can start searching for the name of the board. Once you've done this, look for the play button on the toolbar and press it. This will open a new tab and begin compiling your program. If your compilation fails, check the errors and make the changes needed. Once it's finished, you can close this tab. Now we have our half adder. We may want to use it in other projects. To do this, we want to create a symbol file. This creates a component similar to the logic gates we saw earlier. First, you want to click on the File menu and select Create/Update, then Create Symbol File. That file is now available for use in other projects. I've created a new project here called Full Adder. We have a blank schematic ready for us. We want to add our half adder to this project. To do this, we will click on the Functions button like normal. This time though, we want to click the 3 dots button and navigate to our half adder folder and select the .bsf file. We can then place the components as normal. Now we have finished creating our full adder and configured the correct device, we want to compile this project and create a new .bsf file. But as you can see, we get an error. This is because the half adder file needs to be connected to this project. To do this, we will click Project, then add/remove in Project. Then we want to click on the 3 dots and navigate to our half adder project and select the .bdf file. Click Add and the files should now be linked. This works in the same way as a library function in Java. As you can see, we are now able to create a .bsf file for our full adder. Now we have a working program, we want to connect it to the DE10 light boards. We can do this using the pin map, which you can access by clicking Assignments and Pin Planner. A screen like this will appear. We will go into more detail on how to use this in the DE10 light boards video.